Amaju Dozier, 22-year-old D'Angelo Brown, and 23-year-old Mello Johnson, all charged with assault with intent to murder.
One of the FBI's top priorities is focusing on preventing, investigating, and crushing violent crime.
All right, let's get straight to it. Today, we're diving deep into the Lil Mello situation that went down at that gas station. This story's been all over the city, and trust me, there's way more behind it than what the news is saying. We're gonna start with what the article says, then break down who was in that video, what led up to the whole scene, and why it even happened in the first place. Now, before we jump in, hit that like button, subscribe, and keep this video hyped up. So if you ain't familiar with Lil Mello, he's a Detroit rapper repping the East Side. Straight out that Harper and Connor area, you know what I'm saying? 700 block, right where the 82s hold it down. For real, that's where the small-time hustlers and the real grinders come up from. It's that danger zone energy, no doubt. At first, I thought he was from Red Zone. I get them mixed up sometimes, but nah. Mello's definitely from that Harper Connor side. He's an up-and-coming artist. Got his music all over YouTube, Apple Music, and iTunes. And honestly, he's one of the most consistent and hardest rappers coming up out of Detroit right now. No question about it. Recently signed a deal, making real moves out here. But here's where things start to twist up. A lot of these dudes blow up, but can't seem to leave that street life behind. The gang ties, the drama, the old beefs, it's like they can't let it slide. And when the money starts rolling in, it don't fix it. It makes it worse. 'Cause now they got power. Now they can really call some shots. It's wild, man. Now this, where it really gets real. Once some of these dudes touch a little money, they start thinking they untouchable. They can toss a few stacks around and get somebody handled, you feel me? And some of them don't even wait on nobody. They slide themselves like we just saw in this case. Lil Mello was ready to move on, dude. No hesitation. If the other guy hadn't started firing first, it could have ended bad, real bad, for him. Anyone from the streets can see what was about to go down. They tried to line dude up right there at that gas station, but he wasn't going for it. You could tell it was a setup in motion, but the play didn't go as planned. Now let's get into the official side of it, the police reports. Then we'll break down what caused all this madness, who was involved, and why it even happened in the first place.
Suspects D'Angelo Brown Jr. of Sterling Heights and Amaju Dozier of Auburn Hills.
They are part of a group called Exit 218.
And preparing to race from the scene in the white BMW X5, detectives say is suspect Mello Johnson of Harper Woods in the orange hat.
Is part of a group called 700.
So here's what the reports say. 3 men have been charged in connection to a shooting that went down at a BP gas station in Southfield. The chaos left 2 innocent bystanders hurt. It happened on Southfield Road, just south of the I-696 freeway. According to Southfield police, 2 different groups ran into each other at that station, and it turned wild fast. Shots started flying both inside and outside the store, right there while customers and workers were inside ducking for cover. The report also says 2 innocent people got hit in the crossfire. 1 man took a bullet to the arm, and another got shot in the abdomen. Both were rushed to the hospital and thankfully made it out okay. Southfield Police Chief Elvin Barron said investigators spent weeks tracking the suspects across different cities and even out of state. That's how deep this thing went. Police said they already knew where those guys were the whole time. We were tracking their movements as we built our case. That's what the cops said. Turns out, one of the suspects tried to dip out to Dallas, Texas, while the other 2 stayed low in different Michigan cities. But that didn't save them. Law enforcement had eyes everywhere. The 3 suspects now charged are Amin Judo, 23 from Arbor Hills, D'Angelo Brown Jr., 22 from Sterling Heights, and Romeo Johnson, 23 from Harper Woods. These names are all over the reports right now. And here's where it gets serious. Authorities say this investigation wasn't just local police doing the work. Nah, this thing pulled in multiple agencies. We're talking the FBI, Michigan State Police, the ATF, and even special regional gang and violent crime task forces. That's a heavy lineup, man. When you hear that, you gotta stop and think for a second. Why would all these agencies be involved over a so-called random gas station shootout? That don't add up. The feds don't just pop up unless something big is brewing. They're building something much larger behind the scenes. A full-blown RICO case might be on the way for these boys. And listen to what they said again. We knew where they were the whole time. That means they weren't just chasing after this one event. They've been monitoring movements, phones, and connections for a while now. One suspect in Texas, the others around Michigan, and yet they still knew every move. That's deep surveillance. So you better believe it. If they're watching them, they're probably keeping tabs on the whole 26,442 cash gang and everyone tied to that circle. They're building something big, and when it drops, it's gonna hit hard. When the feds move, they don't miss. You hear what I'm saying? Listen closely to what the chief said. He made it clear that the suspects weren't even from Southfield. They were believed to be wrapped up in gang-related activity. All three of them got picked up. No one slipped away. According to reports, they were arrested in separate operations that went down throughout the month, so the cops really planned this one out. But here's the part that got everybody talking. The investigation is still ongoing. Now think about that for a second. If they already got the three dudes who were there during the shooting, charged them, and probably gonna convict them, why keep digging? That means they're still connecting dots. They're looking into other crimes, other players, maybe even bigger names tied to this whole situation. You gotta read between the lines. The fact that they're saying the investigation remains ongoing means they got more to uncover. It's not over. They're building something way bigger, piecing together a puzzle that stretches beyond this one gas station shootout. And remember, they said this case involves multiple agencies. That includes the FBI. When the feds step in, it's never about one little street beef. They're chasing an entire network. You think it's just about those three? Nah, they're trying to map out everyone connected to that circle. The kind of investigation where they track every message, every call, every move. It's like they're setting the stage for something massive to drop. And yo, for everyone watching the video of what went down, you already know how wild that footage is. I might throw a clip up, but I'ma have to edit it first before I show anything. This situation's getting deeper by the day. Now, I don't know how YouTube's gonna handle this clip, but if you're watching that video, you can see it clear as day. The guy in the Nike tech suit, he's the one who set the whole play up. You can tell he probably made that call to Mello before anything even started. Like, why else is he just standing at the door, holding that spot like that? Come on now, let me break it all the way down so it makes sense. The dude they were shooting at, that's Lil Dello. He's connected with the project crew, heavy on the east side. Now, Mello, y'all already know, he's repping that east side 700 block. That's his people, his section, his crew. So there's already tension there from way back. Word is, this whole situation ties back to when 56 Dion got killed. After that, the 700 crew started spinning hard, trying to even things out. They were outside for real, moving around, putting pressure on anybody they thought had something to do with it. And during all that, Dello's pops ended up getting hit. Caught one in the stomach, but thankfully he survived. Still, that moment lit a fire that never really died down. Fast forward to now, they see Dello in that gas station out in Southfield. Now, if you know how Detroit moves, you know a lot of dudes head out to Southfield to lay low, try to stay off the radar. But here's the truth. You can't really duck your taco out there. 'Cause even if you think you're moving quiet, word spreads fast. Somebody always sees something, always drops a location. So picture it. Dello in the store just trying to move around low-key, and Mello's people slide up. The guy in the Nike tech's holding the door, setting up the position, and you can almost feel the tension through the screen. That wasn't no random run-in. They knew what they were doing. When street history and revenge mix, it always turns dangerous. Man, who else you think runs out to Southfield trying to duck and move quiet like that? Everybody trying to play it safe now. But honestly, this whole gas station shootout, it looked like straight fear from start to finish. You can see it all on camera, plain as day. The dude standing by the door in that Nike tech suit looked way too nervous, looking around like he knew what was about to happen. It's obvious he had already called Mello. You can see it in how he's moving, like he's just waiting for the moment to go down. But real talk, if he was really about that action, he wouldn't have even needed to call Mello into the store. He had every opportunity right there. Inside, outside, didn't matter, cameras or not. They were already caught in 4K. If you're gonna crash out, at least make your move make sense. You can literally watch it unfold. Mello hops out the car, walks up smooth with his hands in his coat, trying to play it cool. That's when you can tell they're trying to trick Dello, trying to throw him off. The whole setup screams fake calm before the storm. Mello walking slow, pretending he's not about to do nothing, while dude by the door just stands there like bait. Dello saw what was up, though. You can see in the footage he's peeping the move, probably feeling that energy shift. When Mello steps closer, Dello starts to shift too, like he's ready to react. That moment right there was seconds away from chaos. And let's keep it real. If that bystander hadn't been standing right there between them, things could have turned tragic in a heartbeat. That one person being in the way probably changed everything. You can tell how close it was to going completely left. The energy in that gas station was tense. You can see fear, revenge, hesitation, all mixing in one scene. These dudes thought they were playing it smart, but all it did was make them sloppy. Southfield or not, the streets always catch up, and cameras never lie. Man, it was so close to going completely out of control. It would have been wild, like something straight out of a movie. The only reason those two didn't end up killing each other right there was that random bystander walking in between them. That moment changed everything. As Mello was coming in and the other dude was walking out, that person stepped right between the tension, and that probably saved a life. You could see it clear as day on Mello's face. He was locked in and ready. That look said it all. He tried to walk past dude, acting cool like he wasn't thinking about nothing. But you could tell he was waiting for that quick turn to spin back around. The second he moved, the other guy was already alert. Boom, boom, boom! Shots went off through that glass door. The whole place erupted. And honestly, the way dude reacted, it was pure instinct. You can tell he's been in that kind of pressure before, because if he froze for even half a second, he would have been done right there on that spot. The way things lined up, if he hadn't moved when he did, they would have done him dirty, right there on camera for the whole city to see. It was that close. Mello's face said everything. He was about to go all in. That wasn't hesitation. That was intent. He really wanted to get back at dude, and you could feel that energy through the footage. But here's where it gets tricky. If we're talking legally, the way it played out might actually work in Mello's favor. Since the other guy fired first, Mello might be able to argue self-defense. Now don't get it twisted. He's definitely catching a gun charge, no question, because he's already got a record. But the self-defense angle could help him beat the worst of it. He might end up serving a short stretch, maybe 2-3 years on the weapon case, but nothing like what it could have been if that bystander didn't step in. That 1 second, that one person walking between them, that's the reason this whole story didn't end in tragedy. Now let's be real, Mello might end up doing state time or even catching a federal case, depending on how this plays out. But honestly, if he goes state, he'll probably be all right. He's already done fed time before, so this won't be new to him. The state joints are different, rough but manageable, especially if you know how to move. You already know there's a bunch of sets in there, and certain crews hold weight. Folks like Hassan been running things in there for years, since around 2014 from what's being said. So if Mello lands in the right spot, he'll be straight. Still, it depends on what yard he ends up in, because some yards don't want certain sets mixing in. There's tension everywhere, different sets beefing, politics running deep. It's a whole different world behind those walls, and it changes depending on who's controlling the unit. But yeah, if he lands state, does his 2 or 3, keeps his head down, he'll make it out. But here's the bigger picture. This ain't just about one case anymore. The word out is that multiple agencies are digging into these street crews, including the FBI. That's where things get serious. They're not just watching the streets, they're watching online too. Every post, every live, every diss track, everything's getting recorded and analyzed. People really need to start tightening up for real. All that talking on Clubhouse, name-dropping, bringing up old beefs, or bragging about what happened to somebody, it's all getting documented. The feds are online, in the comments, in the chats. They're watching all of it. So this might be a wake-up call for everybody moving reckless right now. They're building digital trails, and when those cases drop, they're gonna have everything they need. Like they say, the FBI's involved, so you already know they're not missing nothing. Whatever you post, whatever you say, it's being watched. Stay low, stay smart, and stop giving them free evidence. Man, y'all really gotta start moving smarter out here. Be smooth for real, because this kind of heat, you should have seen it coming. You can't keep running around tearing up your own city, stirring chaos, and not expect karma to circle back around. It always does. You might dodge it for a while, but sooner or later it shows up at your door, and when it does, it hits hard. And look around, it's happening everywhere. Other rappers are getting indicted left and right. Look at Dirk. They even using his music in court. So you really think they won't use your lyrics too? Come on, man, that's naive. Everything being said in those songs, the names, the incidents, the street talk, they're collecting all that. When you drop tracks bragging about real stuff, saying people's government names, or referencing real crimes, you're basically giving them a blueprint. It's wild because people are watching all this go down with other artists, and still acting like it couldn't happen to them. Like, bro, how many examples do you need before you realize this ain't a game? The same system that's locking up rappers from Atlanta, Chicago, and New York, they'll come to Detroit too. Nobody's exempt when the feds start connecting dots. You'd think folks would look at what's happening and say, all right, I need to move different. But instead, they go record another track, drop another bar about something they shouldn't even be speaking on. Like, what are you doing? It's the same cycle over and over, as if there's going to be a different outcome. But nah, bro. The same play gets the same result. Indictment, jail time, and regrets. It's like something's got a hold on people's minds, like a dark cloud hanging over the scene. Almost like they under some kind of trance, not realizing the danger they're putting themselves in. Some call it that Leviathan sleep spell, and honestly, that's what it feels like. Everybody moving like they can't wake up from it. It's crazy, bro. Man, like seriously, how did they even think they were gonna get away with something like that? Broad daylight, cameras rolling, attempted murder, people everywhere, and they just go through with it like no one's watching. The whole thing is on camera, clear as day. One dude literally standing right there facing the lens like the world ain't gonna see him later. Then he tries to dip and cut his dreads after, thinking that's gonna change something. Come on, bro, what are we doing here? It's wild because it's like they under some kind of spell or something. Like their brains just turned off the moment things got serious. The camera's right there, front and center, recording every move, and they not even trying to cover up. No hoodie pulled tight, no mask, no hat pulled down. Nothing. Just bare face, full view, doing everything on film like it's a music video or something. And then after, dude really thought cutting his dreads was gonna save him? Nah, bro, that's not disguise, that's desperation. Everyone already knows who you are. The internet's fast. Your name, your face, your every move. It's all out there before the day even ends. You can't outsmart cameras, and you can't outsmart the internet. It's crazy how reckless it's gotten. These guys not thinking past the moment, they just reacting, not realizing how deep it's about to get. That's why people call them crash outs, because that's exactly what it is. A straight crash with no plan, no thought, no sense. Just pure chaos in the open, all caught on footage for the world to see. Like, bro, the cameras don't lie. You can't act like nobody's watching when there's literally lenses on every corner. It's wild to see how many people still move like that, thinking they invisible when the whole city can see them crystal clear. Man, you ever pull up to a store and just naturally start scoping the scene? Checking corners, peeping where the cameras are, looking around before you even step in? That's instinct. That's awareness. But these dudes, they ain't got none of that. No environmental awareness, no observation skills, nothing. They move like they blind to the world around them, just acting off emotion and pure recklessness. Like, come on, bro. You don't see the 10 cameras on the walls, the 15 witnesses standing right there, phones out recording everything? It's like they walking straight into their own downfall without even realizing it. They not thinking about the cameras, the bystanders, or the fact that every move they make is getting captured from 3 different angles. It's wild. And that's the craziest part, they don't even try to hide it. No mask, no hood, no nothing. No effort to move smart or protect themselves from getting identified. They just crash out completely, letting emotions run the whole show. That's not courage. That's just no sense of awareness at all. When you in the streets, awareness is survival. It's how you stay one step ahead. But these new guys, they just react with no plan, like they think the world ain't watching. You can't move like that in today's world. Every corner got a lens, every witness got a phone, and once it's on the internet, it's forever. But I'ma keep it real. Dude in the black, the one that reacted first, he was on point. You can see it in the footage. His instincts kicked in fast, and that's probably what saved him. If he hesitated even for a second, it could have been over. He stayed sharp, stayed alert, and handled himself like he knew what time it was. Y'all drop in the comments, let me know what you think about this whole situation, cause this one's wild from start to finish. Man, it was looking real ugly for him, no lie. They were about to do him bad out there. You could see it in every frame of that video. But like I've been saying, I honestly think Mello might slide through this one, at least for now. Dude did pull first, and that's the one thing that might save Mello in court. That counts for something, because if someone starts shooting at you first, it automatically opens the door for that self-defense argument. From what's been coming out, it sounds like they mainly got him on the gun charge, not the actual shooting itself. And if that's true, then he might not even face the full weight of that whole situation. Still, a gun case is no joke, especially if you already got a record. But compared to catching a full-blown attempted murder charge, that's light in comparison. But let's be honest, this whole thing could have gone way worse for both sides. One wrong move, one missed second, and it could have been another tragic headline. So maybe this is a wake-up call for everybody watching. Move smarter, stay alert, and stop letting emotions get you caught up in something permanent over something petty. Now, I want to hear what y'all think. Was this self-defense or just chaos gone too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and keep that notification bell on so you don't miss the next breakdown, because we got more real talk coming soon.